I'm gonna tell you this now. I love using this key and this add-ons. I love using them, right? Because I get the drop on the killers. Like I get the drop and chase. I know exactly where they're coming from. I can see the aura all day, right? And I'm gonna tell you this now. Let me just say this before I get into why I used to use like the build and the items and stuff like that. That I'm about to get into is because I want people to always remember this. In chase as a survivor, going against an unstoppable killing machine, your job is to waste the killer's time. It is not to always win the chases. You're not going to have perfect chases all day, every day. They even buffed up killer in chase and nerfed survivors in chase by making us get less distance after a hit and increasing their speed percentage of how fast they recover after a hit or a missed attack. So it's no shame if you lose your chases. And the reason why I say that is because in this community, and I don't want to go on a rant here, but in this community, for some reason, I don't know why, it's like people just exist like this. I don't know why bots exist and expect because I'm a high prestige that I'm supposed to win all my chases every day, all day. This game is literally based on RNG at times. It happens. Now anyway, I'm going against this ghost face inside Shack. I recommend using his keys around and his aura reading ability around Shack where you can't really see the killer. You don't have time for you to make a mistake and miss them doubling back. You see how he's trying to crouch right here and he don't know that I can literally see him, because with this key and his add-ons, the purple blood amber add-on, which gives me a chance to see the killer within 32-meter range, it's aura. But it also burns up your key a little bit faster. So that's why you have to add on the prayer bead, which is next to it. It gives you 15 seconds to use charges. Now here's the thing, the blood amber, it uses 100% of the key's energy, so that's why you want to use that add-on to give it more charges, right, which is next to it. There are 3 keys you can use with this. You can use the ultra rare skeleton key. That is the best one to use. Why? Because that has 30 seconds of use naturally. The green key only has 10 seconds of use naturally. The purple key is the weakest one because it basically only values to open up hatch, as it only has 5 seconds of use. Okay, if you're gonna use the reason why I recommend using the broken key is because when I started playing this game 2 years ago, I racked up so many of them keys because I never really used them because I'm like, wow, this doesn't open up hatch, so what's the point? But the ultra rare skeleton key you might have used a lot, and it's really hard to get a bunch of those ultra. I'm prestige 61 and I only have like 1 or 2 ultra rare skeleton keys. And the reason I bring up my prestige is because it just showed that I go through that blood web, and I don't get a lot of those, but I get a lot of the broken green key. Okay, so I would rather use that unless you're gonna burn a white ward offering to protect you from losing your items and its add-ons with the ultra rare skeleton key. I don't recommend using this around open loops because if you can see where the killer is, it makes no sense. You do want to pay attention to the killer, a red beam, while you're in chase, and always pay attention to see if they're gonna double back, or see if they're gonna hide their red stain, or maybe try to catch you with a moonwalk and hit you. You want to be careful. So I don't want you to like rely on this too much to where you forget how to loop and mind game. But again, the goal is to waste the killer's time. And that's basically all I was doing, was wasting the killer's time every time in my chases. You're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some, right? So there's no perfect looper. There's nothing that's perfect out here, right? You just gotta waste the killer's time. That's all it's about. I will say this though. You know, if you go into a lobby, I don't think I talked about this. If you go into a lobby, be careful. Just bringing it out right. Don't go into a lobby where there's a bunch of people bringing flashlights and toolboxes and med kits, because the killer's gonna likely bring it Franklin's, and the goal is to get good use out of it before the killers even hit you, right? So I last minute switch just like people do with flashlights. That way you can sort of feel ensured that the killer probably isn't running Franklin's. In chase, and I will tell you this too before I end this video, in chases, and I'm not trying to make it about looping, but you always want to have it paced. Like when I'm in chases and I'm lasting a minute, which I don't mind using Windows, because I hate this argument that Windows is for newer players only and bots, when you should just know where structures are when there are pallets being used immediately. And again, if I gotta waste the killer's time, but I go to a dead zone, or I go to a shack and there's no pallet, or I go to a cow tree and cold wind farm and there's no pallet there, what is the point, right? I'd rather go somewhere where there's a decent loop. Is that at the end of the day, like, you want to slow up the chase but keep it in your pace. When I'm not running mindlessly. Like when I'm looking and I'm running from the killer, I'm always looking behind me, right? But let's say I'm around like a loop where I kind of lose them. It's not a huge wall, but it's like a little tree or something, or like a big rock. I kind of slow it up. Like I'll be running, right? But I'll slow it up and let them catch up, and then just hard greed and curve around the loop. You get what I'm saying? And then now it becomes a game between, you don't know if the killer's gonna swing or the killer's gonna keep going. Some killers respect, some killers don't. Some killers are very disrespectful. They don't respect anything. So you want to be careful and you want to slow up the pace for yourself. You want to keep the killer chasing you, but you want to control the chase. That's what I call it, is control the chase. But I honestly think that you should also pair this with alert. Alert is Fang's natural perk, where it lets you see the killer aura for 5 seconds if they break anything or kick anything. So that's what I recommend. You guys let me know what you guys think. Would you want to use this key in the future or not? Just let me know. If nothing else, have a blessed day and peace.